This is our Amazon Herb Saturday Success Call, and we have these incredible series of calls. Thank goodness. What a great organization, what a great gathering of people we do have that share their knowledge. And the primary focus and intention of the Saturday calls is really about business support. We want to support the people that have made a commitment to share the Amazon herbs and to grow in prosperity and to grow in personal development and do it through this vehicle called the Amazon Herb Company. And then, of course, we have our wonderful Tuesday series, which is a product-oriented educational call. Well, today we're going to get a little bit of both. We're going to get some product knowledge, and we're going to also talk and hear about prosperity, tips for success, and a web tool that is available for our organization. So I feel very honored to introduce today's guest, who I have not yet met in person, but I'm hoping that I get to meet him at our upcoming summit. He's often known as the Health Ranger, and he's a holistic nutritionist who has really an amazing ability to focus and follow through with what he chooses to do in his life. He had a high-tech business founder, CEO, president of a very successful business, which he sold, and through his own health challenges decided to focus on pure nutrition and finding the best of the best out there in the world and educating people on nutrition and on health and on the environment. And he does that in a few ways. He's an author. He's written many books, including The Honest Food Guide, The 7 Laws of Nutrition, Take Back Your Health Power. He also wrote a book that I highly recommend called 3 Steps to Success with the Amazon Herb Company. He was introduced to the herbs by our friend Terry Pezzi in Tucson, Arizona, and he could feel the potency and power of them. He's had many conversations with John Easterling, has his own experiences with the Amazon herbs, and he is the gentleman who has been so kind to sponsor and donate the AmazonInsider.com website, which is a resource for all of us. So our wonderful presenter today will be talking about prosperity. He'll be talking about the AmazonInsider.com, and he'll be talking about something he's very passionate about, and many of us are as well, and that's our new product, Pure Camu. So, well, I'm just going to hand the line over to Mr. Mike Adams, and just thank you again so much for taking the time to be with all of us here today. I really, really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Joy, for that introduction. And as always, it's my pleasure to be able to share this information with such good friends, everyone who introduced themselves on the call. I know many of you and really honor this time to be able to share this information together. So let's get right down to it. But first, let me mention to those who may not know that I bring an independent view with what I'm about to share here. So I'm not an Amazon herb distributor. And this gives me several advantages. It also sort of insulates the company from some things that I might say, which I get really excited about, Camu Camu, for example, or some of the other herbs. And so when I make statements about the ability of these herbs to treat various conditions, those are my own opinions based on my own research, and they do not represent the official statements or marketing claims from the Amazon Herb Company. But that's a gift, actually. It allows me to speak freely about what I see in the research on these various products. So today I would like to talk about Camu Camu and give you some additional information on this amazing superfruit, that's what I call it, that I believe has the potential to not only enhance the health of many, many people and thereby grow your business at the same time, but also to protect people from some of the hazardous chemicals, additives, and ingredients found in the food supply and in our somewhat toxic environment. So there's a lot about Camu Camu that the Amazon Herb Company can't necessarily talk about in the literature, but that I think is very useful for you to know and to pass on to other people. I also find that in talking with various representatives of the Amazon Herb Company, that the Camu product is a wonderful introductory product. It's something that people tend to get right away, whereas with a lot of the rainforest herbs, they may not be familiar with them. They don't know how to pronounce them. They've never heard of those. But a berry that's high in vitamin C makes instant sense to people. So let's talk about what else this Camu Camu berry does. And then after that, I'm happy to take questions or suggestions about other topics, and we can get into more of abundance issues if that's the direction you want to go. So does all that sound okay, Joy? Okay, Joy's muted. So I will continue. All right, first off, in the email that you may have received about today, there was a short bulleted list about some of the many benefits of Camu that I'm going to talk about. The first one, I think, is fascinating and really crucial for our health today, and that's the ability of, let's say, vitamin C first, to block the formation of cancer-causing chemicals in the body. Now, people who eat a lot of processed meat, studies have shown they have a greatly increased risk of pancreatic cancer, brain tumors, leukemia, colon cancer, and so on. Pancreatic cancer risk is increased by 76% just by itself. That's from eating one serving of processed meat each day. Now, when I say processed meat, I don't mean free-range organic meat. I mean meat that's been packaged, processed, and is combined with an ingredient called sodium nitrite. Now, sodium nitrite has been added to meats by the food industry for decades. The USDA tried to ban this ingredient in the 1970s, but it was really overpowered by the powerful food industry lobby. Now, this ingredient has really one purpose in meats. And stay with me on this, because I'll tell you how Camu helps protect us from this ingredient. This ingredient is added to meats as a color fixer. The purpose of it is to turn meats red so that they look cosmetically appealing to consumers. Because who wants to buy bacon if it looks gray, right? Nobody does. So they add sodium nitrite to the bacon to make it look red so that it looks fresh even when it isn't. Consumers buy breakfast sausage, pepperoni, packaged ham, turkey, even chicken. This is in the meat that's in canned soups. It's in virtually all the packaged meats. This ingredient, once it is ingested into your body, it combines with your own digestive acids, and it forms a different chemical that belongs to a class of chemical compounds called nitrosamines. And nitrosamines are extremely carcinogenic. They really ravage the human body, and they directly and aggressively promote cancers of the pancreas and, like I mentioned, the colon, even nervous system cancers. But these nitrosamines, interestingly, aren't present in the food itself. It's only after you eat the food that these nitrosamines are formed. Well, a few decades ago, scientists figured out that the best way to protect the body from nitrosamine formation in the digestive tract is to consume vitamin C. So vitamin C is the best defense against this cancer-causing chemical, sodium nitrite. And Camu Camu, of course, by association, has the highest natural vitamin C content of any fruit in the world, or any food for that matter. And thus, consuming Camu Camu before a meal theoretically will block the formation of nitrosamines in the digestive system. Now, again, that is my own personal claim. That's not something that the Amazon Herb Company can claim or would claim. But to me, it makes perfect sense. It's based on the research. It's a well-known chemical process. In fact, some food companies, the more responsible